Hello everyone and welcome back to Simulated TC. We are here at the Rebel Ring for the final race of the 5th event of the season, as we are now on the verge of the halfway point in the season, and the championship is as close as ever, with just 5 points separating the top 2 drivers in the championship entering this race. Liam Jones leads the way, and he will be starting inside the top 10, but Scott Sandever, who currently sits in second place, is not in this race. If you did miss it, he did not select his tyres in a time for races 2 and 3, and as a result is not in these 2 races. So that means he will be dropping down the championship quite likely even more after this race, as he will not be taking part. Adrian Tishy will be one to look out for. The Toyota driver has been the man to beat so far this season, and he is starting deep in the field, but on no soft tyres crucially, so he should have the speed to make his way up the order. Whether or not he'll have the luck and the traffic potentially to allow him to do that is yet to be seen. This has been a dream event so far for Ian Henwood, with the win in race number 1, his first career victory in this championship, and he then backed that up with a solid race 2, finishing 10th, which puts him on pole for race number 3, which means he'll be on the front row for all 3 of the races here at the Rebel Ring. We saw something similar with Aston Lewis at Brands Hatch Indy, so potentially this could be a theme we're seeing now, where drivers that start on the front row for race number 1 can do it over all 3 races if they get their strategy right, and that could prove crucial to the amount of points that they take home from each event. Another talking point coming into this race is that Peugeot took their first victory in race number 2 with Tyler Davison at the wheel of the car. He took an impressive drive through the field, making his way up and past Jonathan Mills, who was the lead soft runner at the start of the race, but Tyler managed to cut his way through the field better than anyone else could, and in the end just have the speed to do it. Today, his teammate Seb Mills is on the soft tyres. Can Peugeot go back-to-back? It's going to take some work, but Seb Mills is the highest starting soft runner for this race. With that then, let's have a look at how the entire field lines up for race number 3 here at the Red Bull Ring. And at the rear of the field, it is Adam Liu on his soft tyres. Nightmare weekend for him so far. 19th race 1, 19th in race 2. Now finally getting to put on those soft tyres ahead of him. Another driver with a tough event so far. Matthew Lilly on the hard tyres for this race, starting in 18th position. Ahead of him, it is then Dylan Varstenberg on the soft tyres, as is Ben Driscoll in his Genesis there, with Albert Asante in the Toyota, the next car up on the grid. He starts 15th place. He is on the soft tyres as well, as is his teammate and championship contender so far this season, Adrian Tishy. As we approach the halfway point of the season, he sits there starting 14th on the soft tyres. He's the second highest starting driver on that compound. Ahead of him, it's the reigning champion in Adam Richardson. He's on the hards for this race, as is his teammate Charlie Goodrick in 12th position. Seb Mills, the highest starting soft runner for this race, he is lining up in 11th position, just missing out on that crucial reverse grid. If he had got that one position, this win would have been, well, very hard to take from him. Ahead of him, it's the race 2 winner Tyler Davison there on the medium tyres. We have Jonathan Mills ahead of him on the hard tyres for Honda. Then it is Lewis Francis on the hard tyres, the Subaru driver beating his teammate in the other Subaru in Liam Jones, new championship leader. He lines up just in the 7th position, also on hard tyres. Then it is Dimitri Sotirakis. He is on the hard tyres, as is Aston Lewis just ahead of him. Lots of hard tyres in this top 10. That's how they've managed to get up here. It seems they've used their grip early on in the event. Ahead of Aston Lewis, Morgan Hitchings, another driver on the hard tyres. But now a slight change of things, as we see Jackson Turner lining up in 3rd position. He is on the medium compound of tyre, with the front row for this race looking as follows. Jordan Fingal in the Tesla, looking to try and take that manufacturer's first win in this championship. He's on mediums, but on pole position, it's Ian Henwood on the hard compound tyres, looking to be the first person to do it this season and see if he can get 2 wins in the same event. Everyone's ready then, the lights are coming on, and the revs are rising. We are racing here, and we're underway for the race number 3 at the Rebel Ring. The halfway point of the season is just ahead of us here, but we've still got one more race to get us there. And it's Fingal with a flying start. He takes the lead straight away. Ian Henwood looking to the inside through turn number 1 there. Fingal with the tyre advantage and the electric powertrain, giving him the best run up into turn number 1. He takes the lead away there from Henwood. Turner in 3rd position behind there, side by side. Then that's Jones and Sotirakis here. Both of these drivers on the hard tyres. Both of these drivers in 4-wheel drive cars, battling there their way up towards turn number 3 now. You can see the field getting very close as Henwood's looking to try and take the lead away from Fingal through turn number 3 now. Henwood on the inside. Can he get the better exit? The Tesla goes a little bit wide. That's going to hurt their exit. And despite having that electric powertrain, he's not going to be able to get the grip on that corner exit to use that power he had. As he heads down the straight towards turn number 4, it's going to be Ian Henwood who takes the lead back for Ford, and he will lead us into turn number 4 on lap number 1 here. He will lead the field for the moment, as behind him Fingal briefly taking that position away, but couldn't hold on to it in the end. A mistake up at turn 3, going a little bit too wide. As there we see that's Tyler Davison going wide, and that's Seb Mills coming through on the inside there as they head through turn number 5 now. This long winding right-hander as they head towards the double fast left-handers. This is the part of the lap where the tyres really mean the most now, as Davison is feeling the pressure from Lewis Francis. These two side by side through turn number 6. Can Francis go all the way around the outside? Looks like he's got the momentum, but both of those drivers not on soft tyres. They're going to be struggling for grip at this stage, and perhaps holding up those drivers behind them as well if they continue to go side by side here. As there we see one of those drivers on the soft tyres, it's Adrian Tisci with a strong start here. He's already up into 10th position ahead of Dylan Varstenberg and his teammate Albert Asante there as they head towards the final couple of corners on lap number 1. Adrian Tisci is the second highest runner on soft, but he's only a couple of positions behind Seb Mills, who in himself is stuck behind Morgan Hitchings as they head through the final corner now. Tisci to the inside of Davison. Varstenberg's going to try and follow him through. Not quite able to make that move stick though, as Tisci will just hold on to the position ahead of Davison. Varstenberg now has the chance to use his speed down the straight to take that position away from the Peugeot, but as they head up towards turn number 1 on lap 2 here, it's Seb Mills who is in the slipstream of Morgan Hitchings heading towards turn 1, but he's got some pressure now as that's Adrian Tisci looking to be the leader on the soft tyres here. He's gone down the inside of turn number 1. It's Toyota versus Peugeot. Toyota, the reigning manufacturers champions, looking to try and retain that crown. Have they got the speed here today to try and get another win to that manufacturer's name? As they come up the hill, he is in behind Seb Mills. Dylan Varstenberg is in that fight as well. He's looking to try and take advantage on his soft tyres. Can he get into the fight for victory? Could he take a win here today, as Morgan Hitchings is going down the inside of Liam Jones. Jones responds under the braking there. He's trying to keep his car in the fight with the DS as they come out of turn number 3, and he will just stay ahead of Hitchings for now, as Seb Mills is going to use that as an opportunity to take that position away from Hitchings as they head towards turn number 4. Mills looking to the outside now, using that extremely strong top speed that the Peugeot has to try and take that position away. They're nearly 3 wide as they head into the corner. Mills will just get the move done, and Hitchings will follow him through on the inside. Hitchings gets the position back off of Liam Jones as they head into the middle sector of the lap once more here. It is Seb Mills, for now at least, who remains as the top soft runner on the road, and he's continuing to charge forward as now to the inside of Aston Lewis. Two very small cars racing against each other, but he gets the move done there. Soft tyres proving to be comfortably quicker at this stage of the race. Now it is Seb Mills in the pole position, arguably, to take this victory, but Adrian Tisci knows he has to keep that little Peugeot in his sights. He goes to the inside of Jones, gets that move pulled off now. Dylan Varstenberg not far behind as well. He has an opportunity to get in the mix in this fight as well as they head towards the penultimate corner now on lap number 2 of 7. It's a short race here. It's a sprint to the checkered flag, and they're going to go 3 wide into the penultimate corner. Driscoll to the inside of Liam Jones. He gets that move done. Bold stuff in the Genesis. Another driver on soft tyres for this race, and that gets him up and past Dylan Varstenberg as well here in this scrap for points positions. But they're not looking just for points. All of these drivers know that the podium is the expectation from this race, if not race victory. But of course, only one person can come away with that victory. Now we see into turn number 1. That's Turner down the inside of Fingal through the first corner. He's got the move done, or has he? No. The Tesla gets the superior traction off the corner, and he retakes that position into second place. Now Fingal back up the position. He's considering his race to be won just to stay ahead of his rivals on similar compound tyres. The soft tyre runners will surely get up to that lead fight soon, and when they do, they may well fly past now. But it's Turner having another look into turn number 3, and again Fingal just rolls the speed around the outside. The four-wheel drive Tesla proving to be a little bit stronger in wheel-to-wheel combat at the moment, although not as strong as the Ford was, of course, on lap number 1. Mills now up into 4th position. He is now ahead of Dimitri Sotirakis and continuing to put more and more cars between him and Adrian Tisci, Dylan Varstenberg and Ben Driscoll, the other soft runners in this race. Other ones further down the field, we've got Adam Liu, Albert Asante also on soft for this race. Now as Varstenberg is feeling the pressure once more from Ben Driscoll, as Varstenberg made that pass back on Driscoll. We didn't quite see it. But now Driscoll trying to take that place back away from the Dutchman in that bright pink Alfa Romeo. Genesis versus Alfa Romeo here. Genesis weren't in the first season of this championship, but they're here now, and they are well and truly getting in the mix. They're around the outside of Varstenberg, trying to get the move done. Not quite able to get it done in that one move, as now we see further up the field, Seb Mills is continuing to carve his way through the field, just like his teammate did in race number race number 2. It is Seb Mills who is making the passes in this race. He is up into second place. Next up for him, Ian Henwood, the race leader. Will he be as easy to pass, though? We've already seen Henwood is willing to put up a fight in this one, as now we see that's Adrian Tishy going down the inside at the penultimate corner. Ben Driscoll in that particular fight as well. Varstenberg trying to go around the outside of Morgan Hitchings. Albert Asante also on softs in that fight, as Adrian Tishy now finds himself behind Ben Driscoll, crucially, is now only the third highest runner on the soft tyres in this race. Driscoll could be sensing a chance at victory here, especially if Seb Mills gets stuck in a battle at the front of the field now, as that is Sotirakis on the inside, Driscoll on the outside, all the way around the outside. Can he pull the move off? He can indeed. Lovely stuff there. As we know, we saw briefly Fingal and Turner side by side again there, but not able to do anything different than the previous attempts. Turner still stuck in behind us. Seb Mills is looking to try and take the lead away already as we get to the halfway point of the race. He goes to the inside at turn number 3. Can he outbrake the Ford with the soft tyres on? He surely would be able to, but Henwood brilliant on the brake pedal. He holds on to that position, and he will lead us still in this race 3 at the Red Bull Ring. It's Henwood that leads the way ahead of Seb Mills and Jordan Fingal, and he has already had to fend off Fingal in this race, who had medium tyres compared to Henwood's hards. Now he's got softs in on the car behind him. Can he hold him off now? As they head into turn number 4, Seb Mills right on the tail of the race leader, but yet to be able to find a way past him. Henwood very strong on the brakes to turn 3, one of the best overtaking points of the lap. That could be critical for his chances of holding on to this victory. The Peugeot, it's a small car, which means it does lack a little bit of stability in those hard braking zones. Could that be a difference that hurts the Peugeot in this race? It has its strong top speed, but if he can't clear him on the straights, he has to do it in the braking zones. And if he can't do that, he may well end up stuck in this race now. As we see further through the field, Adam Liu is the lowest running soft runner in this one so far. He did start dead last, though, in that Renault. It's been a miserable weekend for the Renault manufacturer, at least compared to some of the highs they've seen this season. As we now look back towards the front of the field, it's Seb Mills on the back of Henwood still, and now we see Driscoll up into third position ahead of Jordan Fingal. He now has no cars between him and the lead soft runner in this race. And could that Genesis be able to reel in the top 2 before Seb Mills finds a way past this Ford out in front now? They come through the final corner once again, and we are now over halfway into this race. It's Henwood that still leads. The Canadian driver took his first career victory in race number 1. Is he on course to take his second and do something that only one other person has ever done in this championship, which is take 2 race wins from the same event? As Seb Mills is looking to the inside at turn number 1, a brilliant send, and he gets it done. He goes a little wide there, but he holds on to the position, and Ian Henwood immediately, as soon as we suggested that he might have the speed down this straight, Seb Mills says, nope, not if you're behind me. He gets the position done. He did it into turn number 1, where the braking zone is perhaps a little lighter, a little easier for that Peugeot to handle, and it was a brilliant move to get that lead away. And again, you can see the difference. Look at how deep on the brakes Ian Henwood has gone there compared to Ben Driscoll. It's like a different class of car there. Whilst he doesn't have the speed around the lap into turn number 3, Ian Henwood has definitely got some confidence in his car, as it is Seb Mills now at the front ahead of Henwood and Driscoll. Driscoll now with a car to clear. He wants to try and reel in to Seb Mills, as here we see this is Albert Asante, the second lowest runner on the soft in this race, sitting just at the back end of the top 10 at the moment in this race. He needs to make some more progress. It hasn't been an ideal season for him so far, as now we see his teammate Adrian Tishy down the inside of Sotirakis for position number 6, and that is the Canadian up another spot in this race, as he looks to try and take the championship lead away from Liam Jones. Currently he sits 13 points behind the championship leader. After this event, it is entirely possible that he can make up that difference. Jones has dropped down the order quite substantially, just about in the points at the moment, I believe. Adrian Tishy running in that 6th position, still with some work to do, and with Varstenberg right on his tail, it's not going to be easy to make these moves without the fear of the car behind you taking advantage. Now, as you see Vastenberg already trying to have a look as they head through turn 7 and 8, and Vastenberg has got the move done. He gets it on the flip-flop of the racetrack, and whilst Tishy was stuck behind Fingal, it has offered an opportunity here for the Alfa Romeo to make the pass down into the penultimate corner of the racetrack. He's going to go deeper on the brakes. Can he get alongside Fingal? He does. A little bit of contact between the two, and Fingal goes wide, slides off the road. He comes back onto it ahead of Tishy. Vastenberg up into position number 5. Tishy will follow him through, but crucially loses that position to yet another soft runner in this race, and the podium is looking further and further away for him in this one, as Ian Henwood is continuing to hold on to that second position. A podium position, a double podium across this event, would be an incredible result for the rookie in his first season of Simulated TC. He had a fairly slow start, but that Ford and that team as a whole is building up and growing in its speed this season. He's looking like he could potentially start to reel in some of the big names in this championship so far, although he does have a long way to go. Ben Driscoll, another one of those drivers looking to try and push himself up the order. He's not one of the top drivers in the championship so far this season, but with soft tyres on his car in this race, this could be an opportunity for him to prove himself as someone that deserves to be among the top of the drivers in this championship. Albert Asante there in 10th position. He runs just ahead of Adam Liu now. Both of those drivers on soft tyres. It appears Asante a little stuck here behind Aston Lewis. The DS very strong on top end speed, and as the field starts to spread out, there isn't the traffic that can slow him down in the corners that Albert Asante could potentially use to get those positions. And now we see Vastenberg looking to the inside of Turner. Turner and the Honda on those medium tyres, trying to hold on to this position. Front wheel drive versus rear wheel drive. It's a rear wheel drive that's going to win out on this occasion. Vastenberg up into 4th position. Now he has a nice clean road ahead of him to try and get at Ben Driscoll and potentially the podium places as Henwood continues to hold on for that position. An incredible defensive drive, it has to be said so far, and it is absolutely looking like an opportunity for something incredible for Ian Henwood in this event, as now we see that's Turner with Tishy right up behind him here. These two have raced against each other for a very long time, and they're going to go wheel to wheel here through 7 and 8, and Tishy will take that position away from Turner. Honda versus Toyota, two great Japanese brands doing battle here at the Rebel Ring. It's Tishy ahead now on his soft tyres. Can he reel in and get involved in that podium fight as well in this race, as we see Albert Asante now still stuck behind Aston Lewis, and also now losing the position to Adam Liu, who's already cleared Aston Lewis. So you can see there the traffic is causing some big issues for some of these drivers, and it appears Albert Asante is just simply stuck at the moment in this race. Ahead of him, Adam Liu trying to find a way past Sotirakis, as we are now on to the final lap of race number 3 here at the Rebel Ring. Driscoll looks to try and make a move into turn number 1. He doesn't have the speed that the Peugeot had to get the move done there, but can he get the run out of turn number 1 to try and make it happen up the hill now? Vastenberg reeling into this battle quickly, and Driscoll knows he cannot wait any longer here. He has just a matter of corners between him and the end of this race if he wants to try and get that second place away from a driver on hard compound tyres, which should in theory be an easy thing to do. He has to do it as soon as he possibly can, otherwise he may risk losing out on a podium at all, as Vastenberg, you can see, eating up the ground between the two of them. Tishy doing a similar thing there, as we now see side-by-side racing. Fingal racing with Sotirakis. Behind them you've got Adam Liu trying to get some more spots on this final lap of the race on his soft tyres. He started at the very rear of the field, so he has had a solid race so far. The top speed of the Renault may well be enough to get involved in that fight ahead of him, but as we look back up to the fight for second place here, it's Driscoll on the rear of Henwood, still not able to make that move happen just yet now, as we see Sotirakis has got ahead of Fingal, and now that's Adam Liu going to the inside. Can he get down the inside of Sotirakis? It looks like not quite able to do so unless he can get a better exit now off the corner, but as they make their way out of there, it's still side-by-side racing between these two drivers. As we look back up to the battle of the third, there's been a change of position here. It's Driscoll to second place. It's Vastenberg onto the podium. Ian Henwood with one wide moment through turn number 6. He loses the positions not just to Driscoll but to Vastenberg as well, and there goes the podium dream for Ian Henwood. A double podium in this event would have scored a lot of points for the Canadian driver, but he's not able to quite hold on there. But up at the front, a man who really has looked untroubled since he took the lead of the race. He had to work hard to take it, but he had it and he ran off with it, as it's Seb Mills who comes around the final corner and is going to win. It's back-to-back wins for Peugeot. Seb Mills is a simulated TC race winner. In second place, Driscoll on the final lap, he takes it ahead of Vastenberg. Ian Henwood just holds on to 4th place ahead of Adrian Tishy in 5th there. Tishy just missing out on beating his fellow Canadian driver. The official results then for this race at the Red Bull Ring. We're officially halfway through the season, and Seb Mills is another new race winner in this championship. Ben Driscoll just in behind him. Varstenberg in third place there. Henwood held on for so long, but in the end, just could not do it any longer. He comes home in fourth position, but still a brilliant result for a driver on hard compound tyres. Just behind him, Adrian Tisci in the Toyota with Jackson Turner sitting sixth place there for Honda on his medium tyres. Then it is Adam Liu in 7th place. He started dead last, gained 12 positions in that race, not too bad for him. Dimitri Sotorakis in 8th position in the Mercedes. Still a solid haul of points for that driver and the Mercedes manufacturer, which at the moment is in a battle to not come last in the Manufacturers' Championship. Outside the top 8, we had Jordan Fingal and Albert Asante completing the top 10. A disappointing race for Asante. He did finally make his way past Aston Lewis on that final lap of the race, but at that point it was just too late for him to make any further progress. Behind him, of course, Aston Lewis, then Morgan Hitchings. Tyler Davis in the race 2 winner holds on for some points from this race. He comes home in 13th. Liam Jones crucially scores 2 points that may allow him to hold on to the championship lead as Charlie Goodrick takes the 15th and final points paying position from this race. Adam Richardson just misses out on points in 16th. Jonathan Mills another to miss out, with Lewis Francis and Matthew Lilly bringing up the rear of the field in race number 3 here at the Red Bull Ring. After that race then, the championship looks as follows. It's Liam Jones that leads in the Drivers' Championship by 4 points over Adrian Tisci still. Scott Sandever sits 7 points off the lead behind them. Adam Richardson, the reigning champ, 14 points off the lead, and the chasm that did separate the top 4 drivers from the rest of the field has drastically closed. Now, Hitchings finds himself only 17 points behind Adam Richardson in that battle over 4th and 5th positions, which means at only 31 points off the lead of the championship, Morgan Hitchings is very much not out of this, with half a season still to go. The same can be said for pretty much everyone in this field. Mathematically, it does go to everyone. Of course, others with a better shot than some of their rivals. Ian Henwood, with a strong event here today, puts himself only 32 points off the championship lead with his win in race number 1. Race number 2 winner Tyler Davison sits directly behind him in the championship, level on points with the race number 3 winner. The two of them both 38 points off the lead of the Drivers' Championship. The Peugeot drivers proving to be consistent, if nothing else, so far this season within that team. In the Manufacturers' Championship, it is Subaru that lead the way. Of course, as they lead the drivers, you would expect a similar situation, but only by 2 points over Genesis now. It's Toyota sitting behind them in third, only 4 points off the lead of the Constructors' Championship. In 4th place in the Constructors, it's Renault sitting 7 points off the lead, an incredibly close top 4, just 7 points separating them, and it doesn't spread out much more after that. 18 points off the lead is the DS Automobiles team, with Honda only 19 points off the lead as well, despite their relatively tough season so far. Behind Honda, it's Peugeot, after their double win here today, they're now only 24 points off the lead of the Manufacturers' Championship, a point ahead of Alfa Romeo in 8th position. Ford, with their first win of the season at 32 points off the lead of the Manufacturers' Championship, but remember, Ford is just a single car team. All of the points that they have scored for them are all from Ian Henwood. If you're wondering how the Manufacturers' Championship works in this, it is each manufacturer's top scoring driver from each event that scores points, not from each race, but from each event, so that it's fair. Otherwise, if you had a different driver on soft tyres for each race, then you'd get more points. Of course, that does still give a slight advantage to the teams with more cars, as of course they have more chances to qualify, more chances to have a bit of luck go their way, but still, it is relatively fair, and as fair as we can get it. It's worth noting as well with Ford, only them on their own, but yet they're still ahead of Tesla, admittedly only by 4 points, but Tesla, a free car manufacturer, having a very rough debut season here in Simulated TC, but with more balance of performance changes ahead as we get to the halfway point of the season. We expect to see the field continue to close up as we go throughout, and I think it's a matter of time before we see Tesla take their first victory here in the Simulated Touring Cars Championship. Thank you very much for watching this race then in Simulated TC. I do hope you all enjoyed it. That was a very exciting event indeed over those 3 races at the Red Bull Ring. I do hope you all enjoyed it as much as I did, because that was very fun to commentate over. Until next time though, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.